Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brentheim, and today I kind of want to talk about a man named Sergey Titov and his companies and companies he's been associated with, and so on and so forth. So I've got a few links that will all be linked in the video description below, and there should be screenshots that are shown on the video now, as well as his most recent game, which I have reason to believe he is associated with, which is called Last Man Standing. So let's begin the story with War Z. You know, Sergey Titov was involved with War Z, which later had to have its name changed to Infestation Survivor Stories, which originally was a $14.99 game, and then all of a sudden they were like, okay, we're done making this game, even though it was still totally not done, and they just said, oh, it's done, push it out the door, we're done, and everyone's like, dude, what? And then they were like, okay, so let's just make a new game. We'll make it free to play. And they made Romero's Aftermath, which then they left that game to basically make a new game because those games weren't trending. DayZ-style games were no longer trending. So then they went on to make a new company that was not called OP Productions. Now that sounds really strange, right? Why would they do that? Well, it's to avoid the negative press that was around OP Productions as a publisher and a developer. So they made this new, basically, company called Free Reign Entertainment. But it gets even worse than that. Not only did they do that, they knew Sergey Titov as a developer didn't really have the best name. So it seems as though they went ahead, and you can see on his LinkedIn, and this is most definitely him. This picture I could not find anywhere on Google, images and all that stuff. It wasn't like someone tried to create this page, and this page is like, it completely does not do OP Productions, and if someone was trying to troll, they definitely do OP Productions. So he went ahead and does not have that at all listed on his LinkedIn, which is okay, whatever. It was more or less a failure. No, he went ahead and made himself a company that is essentially it basically is a holding company for investing into other companies, right? And it's called Arctos Entertainment Group. Well, that's funny. Why would he make that? And if it's an entertainment group, what do they do? Well, they say that they've invested into development things. They say they invested into OP Productions to make it. No, they were OP Productions and then made a new company, so that way it sounded like they weren't the reason Infestation Survivor Stories was such a controversial topic. He even puts controversial yet highly successful online zombie action game. Like, why would you put that in your LinkedIn? As like I was not involved with this, we just invested. No, you were directly involved with it at every step of the way. There's YouTube videos of him being part of the development. He was obviously not an investor. He was a developer, and he was the CEO of that company. So they took a step back, got away from the name OP Productions, and became Arctos Entertainment Group. Well, how does that have to deal with Free Reign Entertainment, you might ask? Well, the reason I know, that it's involved with it is Bloomberg even says that it directly involves with Free Reign Entertainment, but even some of their pages say, like on Steam, that they're involved, like they were investing into this. But that's not entirely the truth, right? Arctos Entertainment, like their domain, is redirected to freereign.net. They directly redirect to this development thing, that the only developer that they invest into. And what does this mean? This basically means that they made a holding company, so that way they always have this name on reserve that says, oh, we're just investing into this company. And it's even funny because it says that the trademarks are all to Free Reign Entertainment or to Arctos Entertainment. What? Or? If they're investing into it, they're just investing. If they were trying to get a piece of it, it would say that they own it. Or if Free Reign owned it, they owned it, and with an investment. Like, there needs to be a sole owner, a sole proprietor of this IP, of Free Reign, which should be Free Reign. But of course, they have a holding company. They're literally just trying to make games and then make a really shitty game, make a ton of money off of it, or as much as they can, cash cow it, and then move on to the next game, but don't have the name, the negative press towards their next game. And the reason I bring this up, which is why I'm so pissed off, is that no one really even knows who's directly involved with this game. I mean, if you just look up Free Reign Entertainment, Infestation Survivor Stories isn't even like part of any of the tags. Like that's insane. Like Last Man Standing, Shattered Skies, and Romero's Aftermath are the only 3 things that come up. And I know since now, Romero's Aftermath has actually been given to another developer. That's how much they've abandoned that project. They literally just straight up gave it to another developer. I think it's like Arc Knives or something like that. He's a YouTuber if you want to look him up. Just look up I've been given Romero's Aftermath or something like that. So then they went on to make Shattered Skies, like I was saying, which got a lot of negative press. Right now it's sitting at mostly negative. It's terrible. I don't know of any games that set up mostly negative on Steam. But then they were like, oh, these trends, like H1Z1 is this King of the Kill game. We need to make a game just like it, and this Battlegrounds game is coming out. So let's make a game just like it, but let's make it free to play, and then make it a cash cow as far as microtransactions are concerned. And so they went ahead and did that, which has also already received mixed reviews. But what, kind of irks me is, like, they're toting themselves as Free Reign Entertainment with no connection to OP Productions on this one. Absolutely none. Also, there is nowhere listed online, if you Google it, nowhere does it say that Sergei Titov is part of this project. But I know he has to be, because he is the chief executive officer for Arctos Entertainment, which is clearly a company that is just set up to be another name for Free Reign. So he is clearly working on this, and he's a coder. He's a coder at heart. There's 100% he's working on this project. And if he's not, I would be extremely surprised. But I mean, there's clear evidence, I think, all around that he's helping make it. And you can even just look at like Last Man Standing, just the art style. It directly comes from this legacy of these type of games. Their art style alone is just directly involved or directly influenced by all their other games. Their UI, everything. It looks just like their other games with just a little bit of tweaks. So it'd be insane not to think that this is the same developers, and we know it is. Like, I'm just surprised that it's not being talked about, and I think that it should be, being as though, like, everyone deserves to know what's going on with games, and if this game has a history, or at least this company has a history of not supporting games in the long run, then I really, truly believe that this needs to be known by everyone. So if you guys want to share this video, go ahead and share it. I recommend that everyone that you know that plays Last Man Standing knows that this company has a history of abandoning games, and that they know going into this who this developer is, and that if they abandon this game and it ends up getting terrible reviews, they're going to change their name again. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name's been Brent Time, and I'll see you soon.